Listen, I'm not here to tell you the Las Vegas Raiders are going to the Super Bowl or even to the playoffs this year. However, they are a better team than they have been the last few years, and they'll be a lot more competitive. There are some around the NFL media that see it and others that don't. The ones that don't seem not to see the talent that's on the team right now. I mean all of it. Sure, they all know about guys like Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins when healthy. They also know about guys like Geno Smith and what he did with the Seattle Seahawks the last few years. They know what Brock Bowers did for the Raiders last year too. However, the Raiders have more than those guys. There are a few breakout candidates the Raiders have now that they'll be talking about from this year on. Many, including myself, became concerned when strong safety Trevon Merrick left during free agency. He became quite a chess piece. He can cover the back end, he was good in man coverage, he can line up in the box and play the run, and he can rush the passer when asked to blitz. He did it all for the Raiders last year and got himself a big contract with the Carolina Panthers. That contract was so big, I'm glad the Raiders didn't match it. Instead, they brought in Jeremy Chinn. He had become a chess piece over time himself. He had 117 tackles, 7 for a loss, 2 sacks, a forced fumble, 5 pass breakups, and an interception. He does it all too. The difference between Chinn and Merrick is Chinn is bigger and more physical, and Merrick has more man coverage skills. Chinn's man coverage skills have come a long way though, and word out of minicamp is they've improved even more since last season. With guys like Travis Kelce in the division, Chinn's ability to cover opposing tight ends is obviously an asset. Look for him to break out in the second season in that Cam Chancellor role. That's the role he played in under Dan Quinn last year. It does your defense no good to have just one safety that can do it all. Both your safeties have to be able to do it all to make a difference with your defense. You gotta have someone on the back end while the other safety is in the box or in man coverage. You gotta have someone in the box or in man coverage while the other safety is on the back end. That's why most of your teams that have a great safety have another safety that's at least really good. Those old Seahawks teams with Cam Chancellor and Earl Thomas had 2 great safeties, so we can see what Carroll is trying to recreate. So while Chinn breaks out in the Chancellor role, Isaiah Pola-Mao has to break out in the Thomas role for this defense to work. I think he will too, as he's going to have the opportunity to show he's a do-it-all safety. Pola-Mao was called on to start after a Week 3 injury to Marcus Epps, and he racked up 89 tackles, 2 for a loss, 2 forced fumbles, a sack, and 5 pass breakups. He had to do it all last year playing with Merrick, but he still has to prove himself in man coverage. Reports out of minicamp are that he's doing better in that department, so we'll see what he does with his opportunities this coming year to be special. The one thing you knew when Carroll became the head coach was he was going to do something about the corner position. You knew he was going to get guys that fit what he wants to do. He wants to play press man, then bail to cover 3. That means he wants big corners with long arms to play press man when called upon to do so, and he has them. He went out and got Eric Stokes for free agency and Darian Porter in the draft. All reports on Stokes have been good this offseason, but the guy that has the chance to break out as a rookie this coming year is Darian Porter. Carroll got him because he reminds him of Richard Sherman, as they are both converted receivers. Word out of minicamp on him was good too, as he did a good job in coverage. So what is a breakout season for Porter? No, he's not going to be Mr. Shutdown Corner, and he's going to take his lumps at times. However, he does have a pair of receiver hands, and he will use them. As of right now, Stokes looks like he's back and will start on the other side, so opposing teams will pick on Porter and have success. However, that'll make teams try him one time too many, and that'll allow him to intercept a few passes. Now we go to the offensive side of the ball, where the offensive line decides just how good the offense is going to be. The skill position players are there, so it's really up to the offensive line. There's reason to believe they'll come through too. The Raider offensive line is much better than many think. They protected the passer pretty well last year, but they did struggle with their run blocking. Jackson Powers Johnson moving to center permanently will be a big step toward improving that dramatically. At 6'3", 320 pounds and mean as hell, no nose tackle will be able to easily overwhelm him. That's why the running game got a little better last year when they put him in at center. The pass protection got a little better too. Powers is okay at guard, but he's a beast at center. It was weird that the Raiders kept Andre James at center when Powers just won the Remington Award for Best College Center. It's not like James was playing that well either. It was even weirder that they didn't move him to center when James first got hurt. The weirdest thing is the Raiders moved Powers back to guard when James came back because Powers was playing well. He's about to show who he is at center. When the Raiders picked Dante Thornton in the 4th round of the 2023 NFL Draft, they wanted to see if they can eventually develop him into a DK Metcalf type of receiver. Quarterback Geno Smith worked well with him when they were with Carroll in the Seattle Seahawks. Thornton is 6'5", 210 pounds, runs a 4.3 40 and has good hands. The reason why the Raiders were able to get him in the 4th round is teams thought he was a one-trick pony with other parts of his game like route running being underdeveloped. When the Raiders first got him in their off-season program, they were pleasantly surprised. All the talk about underdeveloped this and unpolished that turned out to be false. Thornton is actually pretty polished with his releases and his route running. He's earned the coach's trust enough to be a starter, and remember, the Raiders just drafted a receiver in the 2nd round. Yes, of course everything matters more when the pads come on, but you can see who can get open and catch the ball and who can cover in their t-shirt and shorts. The Raiders are over the moon about Thornton, what he can bring to the team, as we're all looking for that rookie breakout season. From one rookie offensive player breaking out to another we go. This is nowhere near a rookie though. I don't know if I call this a true breakout, but it is an NFL breakout. Running back Ashton Jeanty broke out to all of America already last year at Boise State, rushing for 2,601 yards and 29 touchdowns as a runner-up for the Heisman Trophy. That's right behind Barry Sanders' record of 2,628 yards to show you how generational he is. It's not just his numbers that are generational either. It's the way he goes out there and gets them. His ability to force missed tackles by stepping through them with his power or just avoiding them with his elusiveness is incredible. Put that together with the speed to take it the distance from anywhere on the field, and the Raiders have something. The offensive line needed to improve from last year with their run blocking, and I believe they have. Powers moving back to center alone makes the Raiders much better at run blocking. A healthy Alex Coppa at right guard makes a difference too. It's definitely enough to see Jeanty break out as a rookie. Man, I cannot wait till football season. I don't care what y'all say, I see a better year coming for the Raiders. Why not? They have a whole lot more talent this year and some players that are ready to break out. After making progress with Quinn last year, Chinn is going to break out in that chancellor role with Carroll. Pola-Mao is going to take another step up after getting a starting role last year. And Porter's going to intercept some passes. On offense, Powers is going to be a masher at center. Thornton's going to get his in the air deep and Jensen's is going to get his on the ground. It's going to be a breakout year for all of them. Thank you for watching. See you next time.